Hey, podcaster. Well, it's Ben and Belle's show again. And what a show it was. We did the Impossible Phoner and asked people to call up if they were in a Hall of Fame. We also did Pick the Flick, as always. And we asked hairdressers to call up and give us their gossip. We did also cross to Liam in his bed and got the latest. The poor boy, he's okay, but he did give us some gruesome details. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You ready?
stop what you're doing and listen.
Live across Australia. It's radio. This is Ben, Liam, and Bell on Nova.
Good evening, Australia. Just the two of us tonight. You got Ben and Bell. Liam has had a day off because he is getting a colonoscopy.
Yep.
So he's had a camera up both ends.
Up one end, down the other.
Yep. Mouth first, of course.
Different.
They just want to check everything's all good. Apart from that, he's recovering well. So he'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, and look, again, I will say we've had a lot of fun about it today, but it is a serious medical thing that people should be getting regularly, and Liam's doing his deed.
You keep saying getting them regularly. I don't think you're supposed to get colonoscopies
No,
regularly.
you should.
Once a week?
Yeah. Check for bowel cancer.
Once a week.
No, not once a week. Once every, I don't know, 5 years.
If you get it done,
I'm not a doctor, okay? I don't know.
If you're getting it done once a week, at some point that you're just going in for enjoyment.
Yeah, Liam's on that side now.
He's
So.
booked in 2 more this week. Hey, tonight we are doing the Impossible Phoner.
Are you in a Hall of Fame?
Yeah, we want to speak to people tonight who have gotten into the Hall of Fame. It's no mean feat. Like, it's hard to get into the Hall of Fame. So this is obviously why it's in the Impossible Phoner.
And I think our heads go straight to sport, like if you're in a sporting Hall of Fame. But if you're in a Hall of Fame for something else, like whether it's for your job, maybe for school, would we take that?
You could be in the Knitting Hall of Fame.
Okay, hang on. Well, yes, true. Just not like world records. We don't want to go down that path.
No, but
Hall
you
of
could
Fame.
be. So if there's like a local troupe of knitters and they
Yeah.
have a Hall of Fame, if you are in that, I would love to
Alright.
speak to you.
Okay, yeah. If your name is etched somewhere, if you are in a Hall of Fame 13-24-10, we would love to speak to you.
Paul in Sydney, are you in the Hall of Fame?
I think so.
For what?
So when I was in Hong Kong, I was heavily involved in one of the rugby clubs there,
Uh-huh.
and I helped organise the biggest mini rugby competition in the world, which probably would have had about 3,000 kids,
Uh-huh.
all verified by Guinness.
So you're in the Guinness World Record
Oh.
book?
Well, not me by name, but our club.
Okay, it's pretty good. I don't know if it's mission accomplished yet. It's pretty
Yeah.
good though, Paul.
Yeah, it is good, Paul, and thank you for your call. But I feel like we need your name like etched in somewhere. You know?
Aggie in Sydney, are you in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you don't sound confident.
Yeah, so I have recently competed in a bodybuilding competition.
Uh-huh.
So the gym that I go to has a Hall of Fame of all the competitors from that gym that have received the first place. So I received the first place, and yeah, my picture is up there. It's the Hall of Fame, so
Pretty good. Yeah, I'll take it.
Even
Yeah.
if it's a self-proclaimed like Hall of Fame and it's just your picture on a wall and they've called it their Hall of Fame,
Yep.
that does fall under it. So yes,
I think we can get more prestige than that,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to neg it. Aggie, it's in the Hall of Fame.
that's very cool. Dougie in Brisbane, good evening. You're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, guys, how you going?
Good, mate. What are you in the Hall of Fame for?
I don't know if you guys sort of remember, but the Great Australian Ice Creamery. So back in about 1992, there was a bit of an ice cream franchise called the Great Australian Ice Creamery.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And my brother and I were the first to order and complete a kitchen sink full of ice cream.
In one sitting.
So it was an eating
In
contest.
one sitting, yep. Yeah, so we ate the whole thing, and I'm not even, both of us are not big fellas either. In grade 12, I weighed like 52 kilos, so it goes to show I don't know what the hell.
No, no, Dougie, with those eating contests, I feel like it's always the smaller people that somehow win it. So you ate a kitchen sink full of ice cream.
Massive kitchen sink, yeah, and it was like pyramid, if that makes sense. It wasn't just like flat, it was
Yes.
all
Stacked
scoops
up.
of ice cream into it. So yeah, they took our photo and hung it up and everything, so yeah.
I like it. Did they give you a prize? Like, did you win like unlimited a lifetime supply of ice cream or something?
Oh, I'm not going to lie, mate. I didn't want to touch ice cream for a long time. And I was a very young kid, and I dread brain freeze hard now. Like, every time just brings back PTSD, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, wow.
Kristen in Melbourne, good evening. Now, your brother is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. It's either, I'm pretty sure it's the Australian record. So he's won the MVP for both under 18s and under 16s in baseball.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good. So is he actually in the Hall of Fame, or has he just won those awards?
So he's the only Australian to win both those awards in both their categories.
It's pretty good. It's just not quite Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like I imagine a wall and your name is up there.
Yeah,
on the
he's a
wall.
trailblazer, but
Yep.
he's not Hall of Famer. But if he's a small child, we will not poo-poo his
Well, she said he won it when he was
achievements.
18, so he's got to be over the
Okay.
age of 18.
Right, okay. Well, Kristen, thank you so much. Michael in Sydney, good evening. Are you in the Hall of Fame?
I am. Back in, I guess, early 2000s when the Belgian beer cafes came to Australia, they brought out a passport. And in the passport was that you had to have tried every single beer that they had on offer, and they gave you a stamp. And those that completed the task got their name up on the Wall of Fame or the Hall of Fame.
So you tried every single beer that the Belgian beer cafe had on offer?
Hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, my gosh, Michael. I mean, so you've got a photo up on a wall somewhere?
I got my name. Well, they've closed the restaurant, sadly, but I did have my name up on the wall for quite some years.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Michael. I like that. I'm going to send you along to the movies. Got yourself 2 tickets to see 28 Years Later.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks. Appreciate it.
No worries. In cinemas June 19. Let's do one more tonight. Let's go Gabby in Barizzi. You're 14 years old. Your grandma is in a Hall of Fame. For what?
She's in the MCG Hall of Fame because she was the first Queenslander to win a gold medal in the 4x100 with Betty Cuthbert.
Wow. That's like proper Hall of Fame, that one.
A dumb question, but are we talking Olympics or are we talking, like, what are we talking here, Gabby?
Olympics, Norma Croker.
Wow. So your grandma was an Olympian?
Yeah, in 1956.
Oh,
Wow.
my gosh. Gabby, that's beautiful. So,
My granddad said, if you win this race, I'll marry you. And then they got married and had 4 children.
But if you lose, you're on the street.
I was about to say
Don't
how
come
beautiful
home.
that is. Ben, you've ruined it. That
You
is
do-
beautiful.
You don't come home if you lose that race.
Stop.
That's what it sounds like.
That's a beautiful story, Gabby. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy she won for many reasons.
Gabby, that is an outstanding call. I think 28 years later might be a bit scary for you, but I will send you along to Hoyt's Extreme Screen.
Thank you.
No worries at all. Enjoy the movies. Take your next trip to the movies to the extreme with Hoyt's Extreme Screen. I think that's mission accomplished.
Dude, you're locked in Sigma with plus 1,000 aura.
Hi, it's Will Smith here, and this has been Liam and Bell's Pick the Flick. Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Wow. Will Smith, big name to get. Did you see the rebrand that he's done, Bell, with the music release?
I'm so confused about the music release.
Yeah.
What is that?
So he's gone back to music, because of course you know he did a lot of songs in the early 2000s. It just seems quite daggy.
But he's talking about like how much he loves women,
Yeah.
but he's married with kids. I'm so
Yeah.
confused.
It's kind of like, you know that song, Girls, Calvin Harris?
Yeah.
That's a cool song. And then Will Smith tried to do it, and it's like a dad doing a song.
If you haven't seen it, look it up. But yeah, Pick the Flick. We do this every week. Normally Liam would host it, but he's not here tonight, so I will be hosting it. And we're joined by Alex in Melbourne. Good evening, Alex.
Hello, how you doing?
Very good. You'll be taking on Ben tonight. So I will be reading out a blurb of a movie. You just need to buzz in with your name once you think you know which movie it is. First to 3 wins. Now, we are going to do Will Smith movies, though, as the theme tonight, because in other Will Smith news, did you know that he actually got offered Inception, Leonardo DiCaprio's role, but he turned it down because he said he didn't understand the storyline. Totally fair. I get it. All right. So, Alex, again, just buzz in with your name once you know. Let's kick it off with the first film. Daylight offers fleeting dominion over former neighbours, now driven by feral hunger and light-sensitive rage.
Ben, one of the best zombie/infected movies of all time, I Am Legend.
Correct.
Nice. I love that movie.
All right, Alex, come on.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, you got me. I can only think of 3 Will Smith movies in my head at the moment. That's not one of them.
Can I guess what one of them might be?
No, don't guess because I'm going to go through the movies.
Okay, I'll keep it to myself.
All right, next movie. Okay. To mend the rupture in the universe, our characters must plunge backwards through iconic moments frozen in collective amnesia. Landing in a pivotal era, they find a younger, unfamiliar version of the erased anchor that holds the key to temporal integrity. Their mission? Prevent an alien grudge from rewriting history during humanity's... Yes. Oh, Ben did just buzz in, but what's
I just don't know. It could be a curly one because it could be one of the other ones, but I'm just going to say, I don't think there's time travel in it, is there? Is it Men in Black 1?
You're halfway there.
Men in Black 1? How's that halfway?
You're halfway there.
Alex, we'll give Alex a guess.
Alex, what do you think it is?
Men in Black 2.
Okay, you're almost there.
Men in Black 1.5?
After that, Alex?
Men in Black 3.
Yay!
Wins by default.
Yeah, all right, that's a point to Alex.
All right, okay, next film. When a son of a gangster shark boss is accidentally killed... Yes, Ben?
Shark Tale.
Yeah, correct.
I love that movie as well.
Damn, I didn't get to the good bit of that blurb. All right. Okay, so, Alex, you need to get this. Come on, otherwise Ben wins. The prime directive of the New World Order is being questioned. Humanity find their theories weaponized against them in a city of glass and steel, whilst a relic investigator...
Ben.
Yeah.
Alex.
iRobot? iRobot?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah! Also a great movie. Well played, Alex. Thanks for playing, mate.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
That bit was Baby Gronk approved.
13 24 10. We want to call all hairdressers and barbers. 13 24 10. We want you to call up and just give us the juiciest, the wildest story you've either been told or you've overheard.
You're talking about like hairdresser gossip?
Yes.
I would say that's more of a hairdresser thing. My barber doesn't gossip.
Oh, really? What do you guys talk about when you get your hair done?
Sport.
Oh,
a lot of sport chat.
Get a beer, talk sport. Let me guess, you got a screen with a sport on as well.
That's great. Yeah, had the US Open on last week on Friday.
Okay, now you're missing out. You are missing out. I went to the hairdresser today and, like, honestly, getting your hair washed in that basin, in that sink, and they, like, run, like, hot water. They wash your hair. They, like, massage your head. There's, like, a full massage in it and everything. It's the best feeling.
While they whisper gossip into your ear.
Well, my hairdresser wasn't. She was just letting me close my eyes and enjoy it. But the girl next to me, in the basin next to me, I was trying to relax and she just would not shut up. And she's telling her hairdresser, like she's getting her hair washed and she's like, oh my gosh, you'll never guess what. She's like, so. And she just starts telling this other girl's gossip out of nowhere, which to me was wild, but I think this happens. She's like, okay, so I have to tell you. So my best friend's living in this building and she's in an apartment and she's been seeing this guy from like the other level in the apartment building. They've been seeing each other for a few months, but then she found out that he was actually this whole time sleeping with another one of the neighbors in the same apartment building. And now they're together and now they always have to get the lift together and she has to run into him and the girl that he was cheating on her with. And it's so awkward. And that was it. And she just word vomited to the hairdresser. And the hairdresser was like, yes. And I was like, why are you telling the hairdresser this? Like, is this like a form of counselling? It's
I reckon
incredible.
The hairdressers must be a skill where they are so used to dealing with the trauma dumps, with the juicy gossip.
Yep. But that's the thing. Like, she was just going, yes. Okay, now we'll get you back over to the mirror now. But I'm sure she's banking it. And then when she gets home, her partner's going, how was work? And she's going, oh, I've got 5 incredible stories to share. So 13, 24, 10, even if you are like amazing, if it's today, you're coming home from work, hairdressers, we'd love to know the juiciest, the wildest stories that you have been told or you've overheard.
We have also got movie tickets to give away. You can remain anonymous if you want to keep your identity a secret.
Michael, good evening. You're a barber. What happened?
So we had a gentleman come in to get just a normal haircut. Looked like a really nice gentleman. While I'm cutting his hair, I'm starting to get this weird smell. Turns out after the haircut, he had been really sick the last couple of days. turns out he had diarrhea and it came out of his pants and was dripping down his leg while he was walking out.
Oh.
And he'd done it on the chair. I had to deep clean the chair all over it was just everywhere on the chair and everything.
We've asked for gossip and you've just gone, hey, you never guess what, a dude shat himself while I was cutting his hair. But, you're passing on something that happened to you, and I guess that counts. I feel terrible for that guy. That's awful. What do you do in that situation?
I feel terrible for Michael having to clean it up.
But he just committed. He just sat in that chair and just committed to the diarrhea.
He really
Wouldn't you be
needed a
like, I'm
haircut.
so sorry, excuse me, I need to leave. Like, that is, oh, Michael, well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I guess. Anon in Melbourne, you're a hairdresser. What's your wildest story?
Wow, my wildest story was I had this client that was, she had a husband that was a pilot for a particular airline, and he kept flying into Thailand. And so she basically gave him a call at the hotel he was staying at, and a woman answered the phone, and then the woman basically said that she was the cleaner. So then my client got a bit suspicious and then discovered that he was actually having an affair, and it all just exploded after that.
Right. So was he having an affair with just the one person, or he was going over there
No,
and just...
he was having a serious affair. So in the end, they separated. No children, but he mysteriously had this relationship going on for years, and even today he's still with that woman.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, at least there's somewhat of a happy ending, I guess, because
okay.
like the first relationship broke down, but then the second one seems to be flourishing.
Oh, good for him, hey? Good on him. Thanks, Anon.
Thanks, Anon. Appreciate you sharing. You have a great night.
Now, am I saying this right? Is it Marin in Melbourne?
It's Marin.
Marin. Good evening, Marin.
Yeah.
Now, you're a hairdresser. What's your story for us?
So many, many years ago, pre-2000, I was working in London, and I worked in a very swanky ladies' salon. I won't say what it was, but very, very swanky.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a client that came in that wanted her hoo-ha rejuvenated because she'd had 3 children, and her husband was thinking of... So she was a second wife, and her husband was thinking of taking on a third.
Whoa!
Okay, so hang on. So sorry, you're a hairdresser though, but she wanted it like were you doing waxing and stuff?
From me, no. This was the conversation she was having.
She
was
just
like,
told you.
Yeah. She was like, "How do I keep my husband? I'm thinking of having my, hoo-ha rejuvenated, tightened."
When you say second wife, do you mean that he was thinking about leaving her for a third, or did he have 3 wives?
They were in a religion that they could take on more wives.
Like polygamy.
So,
yeah.
I mean, Marin,
so she was a second wife, and she was worried he was going to take on a third. So he was a bit older than her, and I said, I think he needs to get a little bit of work done himself.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, 3 wives. I mean, one's hard enough, am I right?
Yeah.
Good on you. I'm going to send you along to the movies to see 28 Years Later in cinemas June 19.
Awesome, thank you.
No worries at all. Hey, you might have noticed that it's just me and Belle tonight. Liam is having a sick day because he got a colonoscopy. He is fresh out of the operating room.
Mm-hmm.
He has had the camera in both ends, and he's joining us live next to chat about how it all went.
If you're listening to this podcast at 2 times speed, it's the Ben, Liam and Belle podcast. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
Now, today, Liam has had an operation. Now, he's doing okay, but he did have to get a colonoscopy. He's been prepping for days under the doctor's orders. It's all gone well, I believe. He joins us now. Has the doctor texted you back yet?
Well, he did take me out to dinner first, which is nice.
I've been dying to know all day. How did it go?
Pretty good, mate. Yeah. As far as getting a camera up the freckle goes, it went a little bit good, I think.
No real qualms. They took some biopsies, but as far as the camera goes, all clean, squeaky. So I can actually bring the photos in. Can bring the Polaroids in. We can put them up around the office if you want.
Did they reassure you, like just before you went under, that they do this all the time?
Yeah, it happened pretty quick when I was sort of in there. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? And I didn't realize I
It's usually over before you know it.
You're sort of lying there with your arseless robes on, and then before they put you under, it's just like, yeah, just roll over to your side and just pretend you're sitting on a chair.
So you do the side with the legs up.
Yeah, easiest access that way.
So, I mean, I don't want to joke too much because this is a serious medical thing, and people should be getting colonoscopies regularly.
Bell's very worried about Liam.
No, I'm fine. I'm 100% fine.
Well, when do we know about your little friend Parasite?
Well, I think we already sort of knocked the nail on the. You know, I've done some antibiotics, and I thought that sort of cleared me up anyway. Like I've been feeling pretty good. It was more just a precautionary sort of thing, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought the
so
camera
they
would
just
go
thought
up and they'd go, there he is, spotted him, and then pull him out.
No, it's microscopic. That's the thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's not like a little rat in there. And then they've also given me a little. I mean, you might know what this is as a father, Ben, but it's a little 25-gram tube of nappy goo, which had to be applied liberally on the taint before and after the procedure.
Oh, so just lube.
Got to keep it. Got to keep that doot nice and nice and lubricated.
Is that a honey, I need some help type job, or are you self-applying that?
Yeah, I can't reach. I have been self-applying, but I only need to do it for a couple of days. So a bit of a worry if she sees me applying it in a
days.
Just go to the chemist. Get some more nappy goo.
What do you because I know you haven't eaten for like 2 days, whatever. What's your dinner plan? What are you going to eat?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to have some prawns. I don't know. That's just what I feel like. I did ask. You have to because you can't drive after, and so Sarah had to pick me up. I asked her if she could get me a finger bun, but she didn't get it. She didn't get it.
Right, you've had too many fingers already today. I think you're fine.
Yeah. That's what she said. Is that she said, is that because they're fingering your bun? I'm like, no, it's what I felt like. I haven't eaten in a couple of days.
All right, Liam, we'll let you go so you can recover, mate. See ya.
No worries, mate. I've just in time. I've actually got to put my nappy goo on.
Yeah, we'll leave you to do that.
The Ben, Liam and Bell podcast. Wait, is Liam that guy from TikTok?
13-24-10. This one's for those who have a strong stomach. Because I want to know, what's the worst thing you've had in your mouth?
Okay.
Because I was chatting with a mate yesterday, and he told me a story that made my jaw drop, made me squirm a little bit.
Okay.
But, it's kind of like a horror movie. Like, you can't look away.
Okay. Oh, am I going to hate it?
I don't think you'll love it.
Okay.
So he got to work, and they got a communal fridge, and another mate got to work, and they had pizza the day before.
Uh-huh.
And so they said, hey, leftover pizza in the fridge. If you want any for lunch, help yourself because there's a lot of it. And so it comes lunchtime. The friend grabs out a slice of leftover pizza, starts tucking in. Then something didn't feel right to them.
Oh, my gosh.
And they looked closer at the pizza and they just saw maggots in the pizza.
No.
So...
But it was in the fridge.
It was in the fridge. The friend said it was day old. It must have been at least 2 weeks old.
Or left out for like hours
Yeah.
and then put in the fridge.
Gross. So they had half a slice of maggot pizza. They then proceeded to run outside and vomit it all back up because they were, of course, grossed out by the maggots.
Wow.
Ooh,
What
that's not
does that?
nice.
If you eat maggots, do they just start like growing inside? Anyway.
No,
that's-
because I think because they're in your stomach acid would
Oh,
kill them.
true.
But it's not nice.
A bit of protein, leave it in
Bit of
there.
protein, extra protein.
That's going from me. But that is disgusting.
Yeah, that's the meat lovers pizza they call it.
That
13-24-10 is our number. What's the worst thing you've had in your mouth? Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it was on purpose. for a bet. I don't know, 13, 24, 10.
I did make a coffee once, and I drank like almost all of it, and then I did crunch something in my mouth.
Oh.
And there was an earwig in my coffee.
Yeah, I've had cockroach before.
Oh,
so like,
what?
I feel like cockroach and earwig. Those are pretty standard, I reckon. If you've got a bug,
okay.
like maggots, we've had maggots,
Yeah.
we've had cockroach. Let's see if we can really up it. 13, 24, 10. What's the worst thing you've had in your mouth?
Margaret in Sydney, good evening. This was your son. What did he have in his mouth?
So when he was young, we went out to get some ice cream after dinner one night.
Mm-hmm.
And as he was eating his ice cream, there was worms in it.
Oh, wow. So obviously you went back to the ice cream place.
We did. We scooped it up off the floor, went back. They gave him another one, but he's never eaten ice cream again since.
Yeah.
And he's now 35.
Yeah, Margaret, I don't blame. That's one of those core memories that will just deter him for life.
It's also strange that there'd be worms in something so cold. You think that'd be
That is a
off-putting,
good
right?
point. Yeah, at what point in that process does it... Weird.
Yeah.
Maybe the milk? Oh, I don't know. Margaret, thank you so much. Steph in Melbourne, good evening. What's the worst thing you had in your mouth?
Hi. When I was a child, I ate Ferrero Rochers, and there were also maggots inside them. And I ate pretty much the whole box and saw them wriggling around towards the end and just spent the rest of the night vomiting.
Oh, no. And Steph, at that point, yeah, it's like maybe the first 6 were fine, or maybe
Yeah.
they weren't, and you'll never know.
And the box was unopened, so we were just like,
Yeah. I mean, the chances are pretty high that you had maggot Rochers.
You know what? Ferrero Rochers are so good, though, that I just keep plowing through them, to be honest.
Look over there. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Balrog. Oh, no, it's just Ben Lehman Bell.
How is this for a statistic? 80% of people have never been on a plane.
80%?
80% of everyone in the world has never been on a plane.
But I don't believe that because everyone I know has been on a plane.
Yeah, but you've got to think about everyone in the whole world. Like everyone who lives out in the middle of nowhere or even if we're talking third world country.
80%.
I'm pulling this off the internet, very trustworthy source. 80%. That was this headline that was doing the rounds today that was just a little bit ridiculous.
See, here's the thing with facts. You see them and you're supposed to believe them, but sometimes they're just too hard to believe.
Yeah, you got to fact check, especially in this day and age.
I saw one recently that stuck with me. Sharks existed before trees.
Water was before land.
I think that's the point,
Possibly.
right? But you think trees, you think that animals evolved from little organisms.
Yeah.
But it's weird thinking that sharks have been around longer than trees.
Again, need to fact check that. Okay, how about we do 13, 24, 10. Let's round out the show tonight. We want to know, what's your, wild stat, a party stat that you have that you know that you keep in your head and you can just reel out at any point. 13, 24, 10. Tell us a stat that we just wouldn't believe.
I've just done a quick Google. How's this for one? The Eiffel Tower can grow 15 centimetres taller in summer.
The metal would expand in heat.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
It does make sense.
But imagine that. In summer, it's 15 centimetres bigger. That's a lot.
Wow. Yeah, remember that there was that whole, people eat 8 spiders over the
No,
time
but that
of
was
their
proven.
life.
That was proven incorrect.
Yeah. Well, there's all those, we poo-poo those.
Yeah, don't give us we don't want to hear about eating 8 spiders a year.
Yeah.
But we do want to hear 13, 24, 10. If you've got one loaded up, we'd love to hear it. Tell us a stat we wouldn't believe.
Sam, what is the fun stat you have for us?
The most amount of spoons balanced on a human body is 250.
Most
we tried to reenact it on the weekend and we didn't get that far.
Most amount of what? Spoons?
Spoons, yeah. So we tried to reenact that on the weekend with a bunch of mates, but we didn't get that far.
Can I, if I was trying to do it, can I lay down?
Yeah, the guy that did it did lay down, but we didn't really get that far laying down either.
I reckon I could get 250 laying down. I reckon I could do that.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
I could so do that.
Yeah. Really?
Arms out, legs splayed like a starfish.
If you
250, can it be teaspoons or does it have to be spoons, Sam?
Oh, it's just a mix, but mate, trust me, 250 is a lot of spoons or teaspoons.
It's a lot, and I think you have to have someone really tall with very long limbs to be able to fit.
I'd be perfect for that. 6'5".
No,
you can get a lot of spoons on these big dogs.
Liam's not here tonight, so I'm not going to let you outnumber me in this whole I'm tall thing. Thank you, Sam. That is a very weird stat to have in your head. Tim in Brisbane, what is your stat you've got for us?
3 times the circumference of your head is your height.
Whoa.
Wait, 3 times the circumference of your head. Oh.
Really?
Oh.
So if you wrap a tape around your head 3 times, like where your hat would sit, like a hat band, that'd be your height.
Well,
like where a sweatband would go.
I mean, that checks out because I've got a pretty big head and I'm very tall, so that makes sense.
You do have a big head, but, you know. Tim, thank you so much. Patricia in Melbourne, what is your stat?
There's people out there that don't wash their feet in the shower.
What do you mean?
Well, when you have a shower, you wash it from your head to your toes.
Oh,
so
Patricia.
my daughter went to school and asked 12 people, and there was one out of those 12 people that washed their feet in the shower.
I think that's just a you thing, Patricia.
Yes, hang on. So, Patricia, you wash your feet in the shower?
God, of course.
That's strange.
Patricia, you're the minority
Every single
here.
toe.
No, because your feet are in the shower. They're in the water, so all the runoff washes over them.
Well, technically, yes, you are getting like secondhand water. It's not great, but same with the legs. I don't. Unless I'm exfoliating, I don't wash my legs.
It's also
actively.
a disaster waiting to happen. If you're picking up one foot in the shower, if you're one-legged, you're just waiting to slip over.
Yes, that's true. That is true. Unless you have a shower chair.
Yeah.
But Patricia, I'm so grateful that you called up, but I don't want to just like dismiss your fact. But I think you're in the minority with this.
Totally. I think you are. I think that stat does check out in my mind.
Yeah, but thank you,
Patricia, can I ask one last question before you go? Do you have a shower chair?
Nope.
So how do you?
I stand on one of my 2 legs.
Risky business. Risky business. Maybe get a mat so you don't slip.
Yes.
And that's it.
Liked that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Bell.